In this video we will discuss about more tags in HTML. The first tag that we are going to discuss is heading tags. There are 6 heading tags in HTML. Using heading tags we can display the text as a heading or a subheading in a web page. So this is the first web page that we have created. Let us open it, and we have displayed this text, that is Mount Carmel School, as it is on the web page. Now if we want to make this text heading, so we can use heading tags. Before we use heading tags, let us add few more text or few more sentences in this web page. So I'm going to copy some text from another file rather than typing. So I'm going to copy certain text from this file, of Word file, which is already there. So I'm going to copy it, Ctrl+C, and I will paste it here, rather than typing new one, so that we can quickly create learn the HTML tags. So now I will paste it here. Afterwards here. So I will use let us use here proper enter keys, so that it comes in a single, we can see it on the screen at the same time. So I'm going to use here proper enter keys after, so that we can see entire paragraph in the same screen, so that it is visible to you. Now I'm going to save this. You can press Ctrl+S key combination, or you can click on file and save. So now we will click on I will click on this browser icon on the taskbar, and we will press F5 function key from the keyboard, or you can click on this refresh button to refresh this web page, because we have saved, we have done changes in the document, HTML document that we have created. We have typed new paragraph, but we are unable to see it on the web page. Why? Because we have saved the changes, but we have not refreshed the web page. So to refresh it, the function key F5 can be used, or you can click on this refresh button, so you can see this, the entire text is visible on the web page. Now we have this paragraph. Now let us use the tags. The first tag is heading. Now the first tag is h1 tag. Name of the tag is h1. It is a heading tag, h1. So h1, all the heading tags are container tag. Container tag means it has a start tag as well as it has a closing tag. So closing tag begins with angular bracket followed by /, then h1, then we will close the angular bracket. So now this text, only this text will be the heading, our main heading. H1 means this text, Mount Carmel School, will be very larger in size, the largest in size. This is the, I will click on save and look at the change. We will refresh this web page by clicking on this button, or you can press F5 function key. So you can see now this Mount Carmel School text is now heading. Similarly we can use other headings. If I want to create one more headings, there is a 6 headings, h1, h2, h3 till h6. H2 heading is smaller than h1, that can be used for subheadings. So I'm going to create here new heading, data types. Now we will keep these two words within the h2 tag. So h2, this is the start tag h2, and another heading h2. Now you can see this will be treated as a subheading, h2 closing tag. Okay, this is the close tag or end tag of the h2 tag. Remember that it is a container tag. Container tags are those tags which have start tag as well as end tag. Now we will save it. Either you can press Ctrl+S or click on file, then save. After saving it, you will refresh the page and you can see now there are types subheading. So in this way we can create, okay, you can also use other subheadings like h3. Okay, let us suppose I want to use, okay, one more heading. Okay, then I can, for this next, okay, so I can use a next heading before this variable, a variable h3, so I can use a h3. You can use till h6. Okay, there are only 6 headings, so h6, and I will type here variables, or simply, okay, variables, okay, and I will close it, h3. This is the close tag, or you can say the end tag, h3. Okay, this is the beginning of the tag h3 or heading tag, and this is the closing of h3 heading tag. I will save it and we will refresh this web page and you can see. So in this way we can create heading and subheadings, okay, using what? Heading tags. There are 6 heading tags starting from h1 to h6. Next tag that we are going to discuss is paragraph tag. Now paragraph tag is p tag. Okay, p, this is the, okay, this is the tag p tag. So I want, let us suppose I want to create a paragraph from here, okay, that this one, okay, starting from this line I want to start a new paragraph. So if I want to start a new paragraph, paragraph tag is a container tag. So this is the start tag of paragraph p, paragraph tag, this is the start tag. This is how the paragraph tag look like, p tag. From starting from this line the paragraph will start, okay, and I will create the paragraph till this. Okay, so it is a container tag, so we must close it. So at this point I will close this tag. Okay, this is the starting tag point and this is the closing tag. So this line will, for this line, okay, a paragraph will be created. So I will save it and we will refresh this page. So you can see after this program a new paragraph is created and we have a little bit of space here. Okay, this space shows that there is a paragraph. Okay, next is we can also align, okay, this paragraph. If I want to align, since this we have created the paragraph, okay, using this p tag, look at here, p tag is used here and this is the end tag of paragraph tag. So we can align, we can position this paragraph, this line, okay, within the web page. How? Using align attribute. Remember, this attributes are always used within the start tag. Okay, this is the start tag, this is the start tag h2, this is the start tag h1, body, this is the start tag of body. So attributes are always used within the start tag. So we will click inside the start tag. This is p is what? The tag name. So after that you will press spacebar key to give a space and then you will type the name of the attribute. Name of the attribute is align. Using align attribute we can position the text at particular position in the web page. So after that, name of the attribute followed by equal to. Equal to is used to assign the value. Okay, so what value we want to assign, followed by double quote, this is called double quote, and this, and after that you will type here, okay, the value. I'm going to type here the value right. Okay, so look at the line, it's on the left side of the web page. This line, it is also known as identifier. Okay, and now we are going to align it to the right after typing the value right. Okay, right is the value and you will close the double quotes. Now this line will be shifted or positioned to right side of the web page. After that we will save it, or you can press Ctrl+S, then we will refresh this page and you can see now it has shifted. This line is shifted towards the right side of the page. So in this way we can align it, okay, to the center as well as to the left and right. If we want to align it at center, so we can change the value from right to center, CENTER, center. So this line, okay, this line or which we have turned into paragraph, this will be aligned to which side? Right side of the web page. So if we will save it, then we will refresh this page, okay, so this is the page and we will refresh it. Now you can see it is in the center, this, okay. So in this way we can use align attribute of paragraph tag. Remember this, first you will use only start tag for attributes, not end tag, okay. Attributes are always written or typed where? Within the start tag. Okay, name of the attribute followed by space, then name of the tag, sorry, followed by space, then followed by the name of attribute, and then we have to assign the value using this equal to symbol. Next is center tag. Now center tag is used to align the text at the center, okay. So this is the text, Mount Carmel School. Now look at this heading is aligned at the left side. If I want to align it at the center, then I can align it using center tag, okay, center. It is a container tag, so we must end this tag, this text with this Mount Carmel word, this three words, okay, Mount Carmel School. These three words I want to place it or position it or align it at the center of the page. So this entire text must be within the center tag, within the container tag, that is start tag as well as end tag. Now we will save it and we'll refresh the page and you can see now this Mount Carmel School text is at the center of the page. Even we can align, okay, the table at the center. We will study table tag, okay, when you will study HTML in 7th standard. So for the time being we have only aligned text. You can also align table. How to create table in HTML we will discuss later on. So next tag is BR tag. BR tag is an empty tag. It is used to break the line, okay. Now let us suppose if I want to break this line, okay, look at here, in continuity, this is the text, constant is the value which remain fixed throughout the discussion of program, and after that in continuity this is the sentence. It is also known as literal. So I want to break this sentence, okay, in between, and I want to shift this to next line. So I can use this BR tag. So this is the line it is. So before it we will use the BR tag. It is an empty tag. It has a start tag but it doesn't have end tag. So we will save it and look at here. Now this text, okay, will shift to next line because this line will be breaked, okay. Why? Because here in between we have used BR tag. Look at here, this one. So after saving it, you will refresh the page and you can see the text is shifted to new line. Earlier it was here, okay. Next is HR tag. HR tag is another empty tag. If we want to add a line, okay, below this heading Mount Carmel School, so we can use an HR tag wherever we want to draw a line, okay, or separate the page, you can say. So after this I want to draw a line after the heading. So this is my heading, Mount Carmel School, on the web page. So after that I can use HR. It is an empty tag, so we will not close it. Empty tags have only start tag and they doesn't have, okay, end tag. So this is a empty tag HR, okay, it just has only start tag. After that you will save it and what you will observe, if when you will refresh the page, you will see a line beneath it. So if you refresh the page, you can see a line is appearing just below the heading. So in this way we can use HR tag. Next tag is bold. If we want to make certain text darker than the rest of the text, then you can make it darker. Like look at these two words, data type. Now I want to make it darker, okay, on the web page. So to make it darker, we can use bold tag. Bold tag is a container tag, okay, it is a B tag, you can say B, okay, this is the tag, B tag. So B, okay, or this is also known as bold tag, okay, or B tag. So it is, now you can make it bolder. I want to make bold these two words, so it is a container tag, so it must, these two words must be enclosed or written within the bold tag start and bold tag close. Remember this, since it is a container tag. So now these two words will be darker than the rest of the words. So let us save it and let us see the effect. We will save it, and you can see now these two words are darker than the rest of the text. Okay, let us see it again. Okay, how, let us suppose you want to make this identifier word bolder, so you can place this within the B tag. Within the B tag start and B tag close. Okay, B tag close, like this. This is the closing tag, this is the close tag, remember this. And we will save it and we will refresh the page. So you can see now the word identifier is okay, bolded, okay, it is darker than the rest of the text. Next is italic, I tag. Okay, we can make the text italic by using I tag. Let us suppose I want to make this, okay, these two words memory location, okay, memory location, named memory location, these two words are here, okay, here, named. Let us make these three words named memory location, okay, italic, named memory location, these three words. To make these italic, these are the three words, okay, in the HTML file that we have created. So here we will use I is this italic tag I, okay, this is again a container tag, so we have to end it or we have to close it, you can say. Okay, so we have closed it. This is the start tag of I tag, or you can say italic tag. This is the end of tag, and now this will be, okay, italic means it will be bent towards a little bit right side. So let us see the effect. We will save it and look at this, how it will change. We will refresh it. So now this text is italic. We have applied italic effect to these three words. Okay, similarly we can underline the text. If I want to underline, okay, the text, this data type or this variable, okay, so we can underline, okay, or any word you want to underline, okay, you can underline it using U tag. So let us suppose I want to underline this word literal, okay, so if I want to underline this word literal, okay, so we can use here U tag. U tag is for underlining, okay, and here we will use again U tag close, because it is a container tag. So we will start the tag and then we will close the tag, or you can say end the tag. And if we save it, we can see here, okay, this literal word is underlined. So in this way we can use these tags, okay, that is underline, bold, italic, center, paragraph, and attribute of paragraph tag, that is align, as well as headings. Okay, next time we will discuss the next topic, that is font tag.